Well, I've been getting enough questions about what the church teaches in regard to our ministry to our gay brothers and sisters recently that I want to commit this weekend's video to addressing that point. And in another session here at St. Francis earlier this week, the question specifically was, in 2021, the church said that she could not bless same-sex unions. And yet in 2023, late last year, the Holy Father um, published a letter in which he calls for the blessings of people in same-sex relationships. And so the question was, well, why did it change? And the short answer is, well, it didn't actually change. In 2021, and actually this is reiterated in the letter that Pope Francis wrote last year, the church cannot bless same-sex marriages because a relationship between two men or two women cannot properly be called marriages, primarily because they are not capable of fulfilling one of the goods of marriage, that is the transmission of life and the rearing of children. And so, again, in the letter from last year, the Pope didn't change anything regarding recognizing gay marriages. And again, he said again that the church simply lacks the ability to do that because she cannot call the relationship between two same-sex persons properly a marriage. What he did say in the letter last year, though, is that the church can and probably should offer a blessing to our gay brothers and sisters. He said that a blessing, and we do them a lot here at St. Francis for people in all kinds of situations, but a blessing is offered to someone, perhaps someone who is particularly indisposed or not able to receive a sacrament, to receive the grace associated with a blessing, which serves the purpose of changing and improving the disposition of their hearts to receive and to be transformed by grace. And so in his letter, the Holy Father is saying that whomever presents themselves to the church for a blessing should receive one, and further are encouraged to do so because, again, it improves the disposition of their hearts to receiving and being transformed by grace. But it's also important for us to distinguish, and the Holy Father says this in his letter, that that blessing should never be conveyed in a way that causes it to be confused with a rite of the church or with the sacraments of the church. And so I would encourage anyone who would like to know more to go and get the English language text of the Holy Father's letter and read it carefully in his distinction between gay people who are married and gay people who are simply presenting themselves for a blessing and in hope of the transformation of heart that enables them to receive and be transformed by grace. So, understanding all of these things, remember that God is who he says he is, you are who he says you are, and live the life that he created you to live.